better. Yes. Like I'm also like just making this like this whole educational stream because like I know that some people just genuinely aren't aware. Like some people are new to joining communities or new to watching streamers. Some people just genuinely aren't aware. So, you know, if people genuinely don't know, I can just refer them back to this because it's going to be put on YouTube as well. So say hi to YouTube, guys. We're gonna talk about parasocialism and also a little bit of networking. Not too much, but I wanted to include networking as a VTuber in here because I feel like there's an issue here that is like it's like kind of connected somehow. Like it's hard to explain right now, but like we'll get into it when we do. Okay, let's start with getting our definitions right. Okay, guys? Okay, so the term parasocial, for the people that are not aware of this term, it means involving or relating to a connection between a person and someone they do not know personally. For example, a famous person or a character in a book. And I just want to add that this is not limited to celebrities or fictional characters. This applies to any relationship or connection with someone who you don't know personally, aka streamers. Okay? Oh yeah, I mean, like, yeah, like I said, it doesn't have to just apply to like famous people. It also applies to just streamers, whether they are big or small. Whether they are big or small, it doesn't matter. Big streamers, small streamers. So I'm noticing, whew, okay, take a deep breath. Okay, I'm noticing that some people do not know the real definition of these terms, okay? So we're gonna go through it slowly. And if you think that you do not understand, you tell me, okay? So a friend is a person who you know well and who you like a lot, but who is usually not a member of your family. Okay, that's the definition of friend. Obviously, it differs per person, but like the core definition of a friend is someone who you know well and who you like a lot. I'm gonna add more to this later, but we'll this is good enough for now. And then we have the term friendly. Okay, then we have the term friendly, which is behaving. Oh my god, I can't. Okay, which is behaving in a pleasant, kind way towards someone. Okay, that is not. It's just a behavior, okay? This does not mean that you are friends, okay? And then we have, yeah, okay, I explained friendly. And then we have friendship, okay? Friendship, which is a situation in which two people are friends. It's to form a friendship. Did you form any close lasting relationships or friendships in college? Okay, basically, just because, like, you know, there's a lot of text. I understand that you guys are losing attention, so we're gonna just look. I underline it for you guys. The important things, the important like bits of every term here. A friend, a person who you know well. Okay, a person who you know well, and who you like, but like who you know well. Okay, and then we have friendly, which is behaving in a pleasant, kind way towards someone. Okay. And then we have friendship, which you usually form. You form a friendship, and they're usually close and lasting. And over time, their acquaintance, for like as an example, over time, their acquaintance developed into a lasting friendship. Or in every friendship, there has to be some give and take. Or remember, friendships are two-way streets. Okay, it's very important. It's very important. 10 points. Okay, so because I know that this is hard, so we're gonna I'm gonna make it even more clear for you. There we go. So friend, person who you know well. Friendly, behaving in a pleasant, kind way towards someone. Friendship, a wait, I don't know why I like ignore that. That's not supposed to be there. Oh wait, no, that is supposed to be there. A situation in which two people are friends. In every friendship, there has to be some give and take. And remember, friendships are a two-way street. Okay? Did we get that? Everybody say yes, Andy, and then we can continue. Next slide. So, I'm going to define. I'm going to help you guys understand friendship a little bit more, because I can tell that it's a difficult concept. I get it. So, I feel like online the term friend has been. What is the word in like English? It's become blurry. It's become blurry. I'm not going to deny, like I deny, I said this earlier, everybody has a different definition of a friend. But I feel like online especially, people kind of forget what real friendship is. nowadays. Can we get Caramel Nelson on loop in the background? No, guys. No. 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 Okay, so what I feel like the chronically online definition of friendship has become is the relationship you have with a person you like, where you are both friendly to each other. And you know, like that's nice.
I mean, it's all right. Like
that's really nice. But the actual definition of a friendship is the relationship that's built by hanging out one-on-one with a person you like, where you both put in continuous effort. That's important. You both put in continuous effort, and you are both able to be yourself, trust in, and care for the other person. That is what the actual definition of a friend is. Okay? And I know that online, just I feel like people like to simplify it, and like it's okay to, like to what is the word? It's okay to be friendly to other people. That's okay. But like, just because someone is friendly, that does not mean that they are your friend. Okay? Thank you for the follow, Trenta Cost. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay here. Okay? And then you can somebody go, but Andy, we've hung out before with other people multiple times or many times. Somebody say that in chat really quick, and I can pretend that I'm like answering it and like correcting you. Oh guys, we've hung out before with other people thank you, Scally. Thank you. What a good student you are. Then we are mutuals. We are not friends. Okay? Maybe it's a little bit of my own opinion, like bleeding in here, but are you really friends with someone if you've never been alone with them, one-on-one? Really, like, ask yourself that. If you only hang out with a certain person when there is, like, another friend, like, when the mutual friend is present, are you guys really friends? Are you guys really friends if you're only hanging out on collabs on stream? Are you guys really friends? I want you to consider that. That's homework. Okay? Consider that. Think about that long and hard. Think about that long and hard, guys. I think I have around one friend with that definition. And that's what I'm like trying to say here, is that friends are a lot more exclusive than people like to think that they are. Because everybody likes being like, oh, I have so many friends, or like, oh, yes, we are friends. Yes, we are friends. But like, I feel like friends are more exclusive than that. Friends are people that you trust, that you can be yourself with, that you care for. And that's quite an investment. That means a lot. Becoming a friend to someone, that's something special. And I feel like you can't just fling around the term friend easily, because then stuff like this happens. And like, in a way, I guess this whole like educational stream could also be seen as maybe you realizing that someone is not really a friend to you. You can also use, honestly, like if a friendship is a two-way street, you both need to put in effort. You both need to like care. You both need to put time in. You both need to like feel comfortable around each other. If it's only you that's feeling comfortable, or only you, I say here over like as well, like, but Andy, I am able to be myself around you, and I trust and care for you. Have you considered if I am able to be myself around you, or if I trust and care for you? The answer is no.
oh my god!
Like, you need to like also look at this from like another person's perspective. Be a little bit skeptical of things, you know? Just because you give subs or bits doesn't make you friends. The streamer appreciates your gifts, but it does not make you friends. Exactly! Oh, Rion, you're such a good student! You're such a good student! Just be more, like... Just also, like, not just for, like, the other person, not just for the other party, but also for yourself. Be more selective with who you consider friends, and be more selective of who you trust. And like I said, I've said this so many times before, but like, it needs to go two ways. It needs to go two ways. Trust goes two ways. You could absolutely adore me. You could absolutely worship me, put all of the time in the world into talking to me. But if I do not return any of those affections, any of that trust, any of that time, then we are not friends. We are not friends. Then the relationship we have is parasocial. Okay? It needs to be equal. It needs to be equal. And I know this is not nice to hear. It's really not nice to hear. But like, it's not that simple. Okay? Becoming somebody's friend is a big deal. Somebody calling you a friend is a big deal, and you should be proud. And you should be like very like, what is the word? Flattered that, you know, somebody else considers you a friend and vice versa. But yeah, is this clear? If this is clear, we're moving on to the next slide. Watching a streamer does not equal knowing them as a person, okay? Because, you know, after all, I just like explained these definitions to you, and I think you can probably tell that the relationship between a streamer and a viewer is also a parasocial one. And a lot of people think that because we interact, or because we like because you're watching my stream and I'm replying to your comments, that means that you know me as a person, and that is not true. That is not true. Okay, so being a good streamer means being entertaining, likable, and most importantly, friendly. Being friendly to viewers is the norm, not the exception. Okay, is that clear? Whenever a streamer is nice and friendly, that is the norm. That's how we're supposed to be, because at the end of the day, we are entertainers. We're here to entertain you. We're here to, it sounds like kind of not nice, but we're here to like be welcoming, provide a nice space for you, and we can only do that by being friendly most of the time. I mean, I think there are also streamers that make it like that are super toxic, but they make it work somehow. I don't know how they do that, but just remember this, okay? Being friendly to viewers is the norm, not the exception. You are not special, okay? Sorry, I don't want to like be too mean, but like right, so just us being streamer TLDR, like whenever a streamer is being friendly, that is just a streamer doing their job. Okay? That is just a streamer doing their job. And it is not an indication of anything. It's the norm. It's the norm, not the exception, and you are not special. Okay? Okay. Second point, whenever a streamer shares something personal, it's not them personally confiding in you like a friend would. We are openly sharing this online, on stream, publicly, with whoever happens to be watching. And because I know that we as streamers, specifically me, and probably like just specifically me, we like to overshare. We like to share experiences, right? Like I say overshare, but like we like to share experiences because, you know, we wanna share, we wanna connect with you guys in some way, and we wanna seem more relatable as well. But whenever we share, even though it might seem really personal, or like really like quote unquote private, it is not like that big of a deal because we're sharing it online. Like we as streamers consciously choose to share this on the internet. I'm consciously sharing this because I feel like sharing it, and because it is my space, and because like I feel like maybe it can like be like a good thing to share with like other people, or like it can spark like a good or interesting conversation on the stream. It's not because like I trust you specifically as a person. It's not like that. It's not that deep. It's literally not that deep. Sharing personal experiences, it's personal information you don't care about. Exactly what Rion said. It's like, it might seem deep, but it's not that deep to us. If it was like really, really personal, private stuff, we don't share. We don't share that. Even if you're like, oh my god, that was so personal. Any is so real. Any is so real for sharing that. I don't care. Like, that is information that I don't mind being on the internet about me. There are absolutely people, there are absolutely streamers that overshare way too much. And that is absolutely on them. That is absolutely on them. Like, I am of this very strong opinion that as a streamer, you do not talk about drama on stream. That at least indicates like drama that involves other people that, you know, like other streamers or something. You don't talk about trauma, or at least whenever you talk about trauma, you are very, very careful with what you share. And that has to be like, that trauma has to be processed. Like, that has to be like you have to be very careful with that. In most cases, it's not that deep. And it's like, it's not them being like, I trust you specifically. User in chat, Eagle56I, that just sent Keck. I trust you with this personal experience I just told you. No, it's not like that. You're not special. Okay? You're the chosen one. We are all different people in different environments. I think we can all agree with that. Like, you are not, like, you at work are not the same person as you with your family. And the you are with your family is not the same person with the you that's with your friends. Or, you know, like, the environment is like, it impacts a lot. And you change accordingly to that. I think it's also literally been like scientifically proven, but the source, I don't know. But I'm like, I think we all agree on that like, you put on a different face or a different mask or a different personality in whatever environment you are, right? And real friendships are usually built in private one-on-one environments, like in very intimate one-on-one situations. A stream is not a private one-on-one environment, even if the stream only has 1 viewer or only 2 or only 3. It's not. A stream is not the place where you can like build a friendship, if that makes sense. Like, it's the case for me and you. Like, even if I only had 1 viewer, even if Kawaii was taken, if they were the only like viewer in here and we were just talking with each other, that would still not be a one-on-one private environment. It still wouldn't be. But yeah, like, in conclusion, you cannot, you like, whenever you watch a streamer and whenever you interact with a streamer, whenever you chat with a streamer, even if you have a conversation, you are not getting to know them. You are not building a friendship. No. This only happens off stream, offline, and I can guarantee you that most of you do not do that with your favorite streamer. Counterpoint. But Andy, we've had conversations in DMs. DMs are not one-on-one hangouts. DMs do not count as one-on-one hangouts. The closest to like a one-on-one hangout, I would say, is like a voice call. Like a, what is the word? Like a voice, like a Discord voice call or something. But even then, I feel like it's not the same, but that's just my opinion. And also, do not think that you should DM your streamer, because that is not okay. Unless it's like, I don't know, like an issue on the server maybe, but even then you usually go to the mods, like on their Discord server. But yeah, what about long distance relationships? I hope that you guys talk in voice call, because I feel like I'm sure you, when you're in a long distance relationship, you call with each other, right? You know what everybody sounds like, right? You know what your partner sounds like, right? And like their speech patterns. Personally, I would not like, I would not really consider it a relationship if the person doesn't even want to like voice chat with me personally. Can you have a one-on-one in VR chat? That's fine too. Yeah, I would say that counts. I would say that counts. Like, because like I said, like, I feel like voice calls are like also pretty much like hanging out with each other. It's not quite the same, because like a person is not just like, as much as I hate to say it, and I don't want to invalidate like online relationships, but like, you don't really know a person until you've actually met them IRL.
This bitch.
I know that it's gonna sound like I'm like invalidating online relationships and long distance relationships, and I'm not like trying to do that here, but I feel like you genuinely don't know a person unless you've met them IRL and you've like hung out with them IRL, because a person is also like their mannerisms, the way they move their body, the way their expressions, their eyes, everything else. Like, and I feel like just voice calling is like the bare minimum of that. I feel like voice calling is like the bare minimum, and I feel like if you're in a long distance relationship with somebody, unless there's like another reason for them not being able to, like another like really good reason for them not being able to chat or like call with you, I feel like but that's just my opinion on it. People start from the VCs. Yes, they do. Yes, yeah, that is true. That is true. They start from that, and then usually, what you want to aim for anyway, like in any relationship, whether that's romantic or platonic, is you would like to meet that person IRL one day, right? That's what I would consider like knowing or getting to know a person and like becoming friends with them. So if my streamer DMs me, are they parasocial? Yes. Yes, unless it's like, unless they're DMing you about obviously unless they are actually also wanting to become friends with you, then it's obviously not parasocial. But like, if a streamer is DMing you without the intention of becoming like a friend with you, I feel like they are kind of unless they are like just letting you know about something, like, hey, that was not okay in my stream, or hey, I really want to thank you for this art piece that you made, or hey, I just want to like it just depends on what they're saying. Obviously, if there's a good reason for it, then there's a good reason for it. But if a streamer is just like without the intention of becoming friends with you, DMing you, I feel like they're kind of playing into the whole parasocial thing in a toxic way. But what is the difference between friends and close friends? I think that differs per person. But for me, I would say the difference between friends and close friends is like, I've known close friends for way longer, and I've actually met the close friends IRL, and I'm comfortable with them IRL. I prioritize my close friends over like other friends, if that makes sense. I mean, I think that makes sense. I'm sure you VC, yes, yeah. Like if you VC in a long distance relationship, that is absolutely valid. See, that is absolutely valid. But I feel like if you're in a long distance relationship and you don't voice, like you don't call with each other, I feel that's a little bit weird. I feel like that's a little bit Is that really a relationship? Is that really a relationship? But that's just me. Online relationships are dog water. Personally, they're not for me. Hi, Vispara, how you doing? Catfishing is so real too. Yes, that as well. How do you know that that person is really who they say they are, you know? And that's also like why like I don't think that voice calls are like quite the same, because like a person is like, I already said this, but like a person is also just like the expressions they make, the gestures they do, the way they like move their body, their hands, whatever. That is part of a person, and you are not seeing that. Like I could very well like be lying to you, and you couldn't be like there's so many things you don't see just in VC, just by voice alone, right? Like I could sound like a really nice 20-year-old girl right now, like a college student that's like, you know, that looks pretty okay. But I could also be a 49-year-old man in a basement that's murdered people. And you won't ever know. You won't ever know until you meet me. So yeah. People are very different IRL, especially when you live together. You will learn more about someone. Exactly. Definitely to talk to them and face cam to see and hear emotions. You met a Dokumi that was far too short for anything to happen. Yeah, but like also just remember what I said as well, that a friendship requires continuous effort. Like even if we meet IRL, that does not immediately mean that we are friends like as well, you know? Like even if we have the best time, like say you were to meet me at like a Comic-Con and we were to have the best time ever, like I would be like, oh, you're such a nice person, you know, everything's great, the vibes are great. That still does not mean that we are now friends. Like that just means that we met up and we had a great time. That does not mean that we are now friends. So you're friends with someone but not close friends when you haven't met them before. Yes, I need to meet people IRL before I consider them actual close friends. Or well, no, I still feel like that's mostly true. Or we have to have been in contact for a very, very, very long time, and like have set plans to meet IRL, if that makes sense. But even then, like you could meet them IRL and you could realize that, hey, this person is not who they said that they were. And then it's like, oh my goodness, thank you. So like hanging out one-on-one with them is very important to me. Like what's it called? Like obviously I'm gonna be closer to someone that I've hung out with off stream more often compared to someone like, even if I hang out with them one-on-one on stream, that's still a little bit different, if that makes sense. Like I could be collabing with a certain person Like, I don't fucking know. Like, say Clue and I collabed for a week straight every single day. We would be really like, we would be like really close mutuals. I think we would enjoy that a lot, but I still would not consider Clue a friend of mine. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? Compared to when I hang out with somebody off stream a lot of the time. Or like, say I play fucking DBD with like a group of people like almost every single day, but like I never hang out with anybody in that single group one-on-one. I would not consider anybody in a DBD group like a close friend of mine. Like, I need to hang out with that person one-on-one. Thank you so much. Because like I can guarantee you that like after I like revealed my face and did like face cam streams, it's like you actually see me as a person now, right? It's like easier to see me as a person because you can actually see the actual expressions I'm making with my face. Andy is hard to be friends with. I am actually. I am. That is like, a lot of people think that it's really easy to become my friend, but it's actually not, because friendliness does not equal me wanting to be friends with you, or me being very easy to befriend just because I'm friendly, or just because I'm upbeat, or just because I'm, oh my god, that's so annoying. That's something that frustrates me so much. Somebody being friendly does not equal that they are automatically your friend, or that they want to be your friend. I feel like it's just basic human decency to be friendly to everybody. But it gets mistaken a lot. I get mistaken a lot for like, oh, wait, I thought we were friends. And it's like, no, we are not. I am just nice to you because I feel like it's like basic human decency to be nice to people. And I feel like maybe the bar is like really low for some people.
I just wanna be part of your symphony.
What I think is the most important thing in a friendship is that it's an equal exchange. You cannot have, if it's not equal, it's not a friendship. If it's not equal, it's not a friendship. The other one is like someone is using somebody then. To be equal, you both need to put in effort, you both need to trust each other, you both need to be yourself, you both need to care for another. If one of you does not do any of these things, then it is not a friendship. That is something else. That could be a manipulative relationship, that could be a toxic relationship. Same goes for caring. Like, obviously, if one person cares but the other one does not care at all, that is not a friendship. That person is not your friend. A close friend is now one-to-one, but are you friends with people who you play regularly with? No. I only have 2 close friends in my life. No, 3. Yeah, 3. I think the bar is very low for some people indeed. I am very easy to call someone a friend, and that's like that's okay, but you just need to realize that not everybody thinks like you, if that makes sense. Like, because I know it takes a lot. I know it takes a lot to have been hurt and then to be open to other friendships. And I think it is like wonderful that after being hurt that you are still open to meeting new people. That is wonderful, and I'm very proud of you. I'm very, very, very proud of you for still like being able to stay positive and like welcome in change and whatnot. But you do need to realize that maybe for you the bar is low, and maybe for you it doesn't take a lot to consider someone a friend, but somebody else does not think the same way, or they do not consider you a friend easily, and then you cannot get mad at them for being like, what, I like trust you and I care for you and I've shown you that I care and I've put so much time in, and why do you still not trust me? It's not necessarily just you, it's just that person. Like, and as long as you understand that, then that's completely fine. I know that it's horrible to hear, but like, have self-respect. Make it sound too ominous, but your time is very precious and important. I feel like you should think that your own time is very precious and important, and you do not want to be wasting that on somebody that does not feel the same way. I think that has more to do with self-respect, but that is just also my opinion on it. Again, I already kind of led into this, but like, it's really hard to set this like boundary and line because of the way small streams are. So like the intimacy and appeal of small streamers. Small streamers, we remember people better because we have a very small community, right? We have a very small community. There's not like thousands of people chatting and joining the stream every now and then. If you're here consistently, if you're consistently in a small streamer stream, they will remember you. A good streamer, I should say, will remember you. And like not just like your name, but also the way you act and what you have said and your sense of humor. We will remember you. Another thing that we small streamers have is that we can actually have conversations with you guys. It's kind of hard right now. I wish I could like the chat is going really fast compared to normal right now. But like normally, like in my stream, for example, there's not like the chat isn't like a fucking race car. It's not like she's not a runner, she's not a track star, you know. Like I can read everything and we can actually have conversations. Like I can actually reply to you personally, you know. Any viewer related event is what the fuck was that? There was like a little butter. Okay. Any viewer related event is also more intimate because of this, because you know it seems like we know each other really well because, you know, I remember you better. We've had conversations. So because of that, whenever I do decide to do viewer streams or like viewer events or viewer games, it's a lot more intimate because it seems like you're hanging out with a friend. When you compare it to big streamers, usually they refer to their viewers as a whole instead of like individually. So like chat, is this real? So like for example, if we're going to take like a really big example like Iron Mouse or XQC, they don't like, sometimes they do pick like a comment, like a singular comment out of chat that's funny or something, but usually they refer to their viewers as like a whole, as like a unit, as some kind of hive mind, not as individuals like we small streamers do. They also can't read or have conversations with viewers personally because the chat is going so fucking fast and there's so many people. There's like no quote unquote personal time for every single viewer. While small streamers do have that, which is like the appeal that small streamers have. But because of this, you can imagine that it's really hard to realize that, because especially if you were not aware of like everything that I've talked about thus far, you might not even realize that, hey, this is like normal. This is like normal for small streamers. This does not mean that we are friends, because it's like, oh wait, but we've had conversations on stream, we've vibed on stream, we've talked together on stream. But it's not, unfortunately, even though I can understand that it makes you think that we are close and that we are friends, we are not friends. Like both communities are still centered around a person that you do not know personally, even if one is more approachable than the other. Small streamers are not friends. Small streamers are not friends, and not anything more than friends either. But in small streamers, since they are more approachable, you could get more chance to get to know them and possibly become friends. That's true. I also forgot to mention it, but like obviously you can still become friends with a streamer. That's not impossible. But that's not what you should aim for. I think I talk about it in the next slide. No, not yet. Okay. But okay, this is a continuation of like the intimacy and appeal of small streamers. The relationship between viewer and streamer is a parasocial one, and it can be neutral or negative depending on how the streamer interacts with their community. So before you go and absolutely shit on yourself for being like, oh my god, I've been so horrible, I've been stepping on boundaries, and even though you should not be doing that, you should feel bad about that, but sometimes in some cases it is not completely your fault. Because streamers aren't perfect. Streamers aren't perfect, and streamers should set these boundaries themselves as well. Because how are you gonna know that you're overstepping a boundary if the boundary hasn't been set? So like, obviously, it's still good to like always kind of have in your mind like, okay, streamers are not my friend, and I should not like be too pushy or, you know, just. I should try not to be too creepy or too weird or too clingy or whatnot. But the streamer also has a part in this. If the streamer does not reinforce boundaries or set this line, then you can't blame the viewer for being parasocial, if that makes sense. Streamers aren't here to make friends but to entertain you. Making friends is just an added feature that happens sometimes. Exactly. And again, like the added feature of like becoming friends with a streamer, that is like not the norm. I talk about it later as well, but like, yeah. Okay, because like parasocial relationships can also be neutral. That's like otherwise why would there even be like streamers? No, otherwise it wouldn't work out. But toxic parasocialism, I would say, happens when the streamer reinforces the idea that viewers are friends or have any other special relationship and plays into it. A good example of this is a boyfriend or girlfriend experience. If the streamer does not set their boundaries right and they like do, I don't fucking know, they like pretend that they are your yandere girlfriend or boyfriend, they're going to have so many viewers, and they're not like, guys, this is just a skit, guys, this is just role play, this is not real. If they actually play into it, then they are actively manipulating their viewers into thinking that they actually have a chance or a relationship with the streamer, and that's a toxic parasocial relationship right there. Like, or also, you know, vice versa on the viewer side, the viewer assumes that they are friends or have any other special relationship with the streamer and start expecting to be treated like one. Just never, I go into this later as well, but never assume that you, as a viewer, that you are special to a streamer. Unless they have explicitly said so themselves, never assume that you are just friends or that you are special unless they have told you that. And never expect to be treated like a special person unless they have explicitly said you are special, if that makes sense, okay? The blame is not completely on the viewer. It can sometimes also be the case of the streamer. If the streamer does not set clear boundaries or clear lines, or if they are playing into parasocialism or into playing the fucking parasocial relationship, then it's like the streamer has a responsibility here. And for any streamer watching here, you need to be very clear in that, because if you're not, it's going to snowball. And I will get into that in the next slide. But here are some like examples of things that reinforce toxic parasocialism. One of them is often hosting viewer games with the same people. Like, it's okay to host viewer games. A lot of streamers do that. I do that too. But if you do it with the same people, and I say people, I should say, if you do it with the same viewers over and over and over again, you can imagine that it's going to be like, oh wait, they invited me, or like they're letting me play with them again, and it's going to look like you're giving them special treatment. So if you're hosting viewer games, try to have like a rotation system, or try to like not do it as often. Because I'm not going to lie, I think I have seen that parasocialism is like quite high in like communities where there's a lot of viewer games, because it kind of gives up the vibe of just being friends. But yeah, we'll get into it a little bit more later. Wait, Andy, have you had a parasocial viewer experience? I have had so many. That's the whole reason that I'm making this. Another point is openly being like, oh my god, I hate it so much. I hate it so much when VTubers do this. Oh my god, I hate it that not just VTubers, when streamers do this. Unless you are really friends with everybody in your community, then it's absolutely fine. But I absolutely hate it. I loathe it. I loathe it when people are like, you guys are all my friends. We're all friends. You can always go, if something's bothering you, you can always go into my DMs and I'll reply. No, stop doing that. Stop doing that. That's not it. That is not it, because you're not friends. You're not friends. Whether they like, unless you really are friends, but no. You're just reinforcing. You're just asking people to be parasocial with you. You're literally asking people to flood your DMs and think that you guys are friends, and think that you are actively showing them that you owe them a friendship now. So don't do that, okay? Don't do that. Just being like, I consider all my viewers my friends, and my viewers you guys can always go into my DMs to talk about things. No. Like, you are going to tire yourself out. You don't realize, like, maybe you're a really small streamer and you think, oh yeah, I'm desperate for friends and whatnot. if you keep this up as you grow, you are going to burn yourself out. You are going to burn yourself out because you are not able to maintain all of this, and there's going to be weird people in your DMs. This is not gonna be nice, okay? It's not gonna be nice. Oh, this is gonna suck. This is gonna suck. But like, streamers don't care about you. Like, we of course we care to a certain extent, right? But like, if streamers cared about all of their viewers, we would be an emotional mess.
I am having a very bad day. I am in no mood.
Right? Like, if somebody comes into my stream and they're like, I had a horrible day today, you know, obviously I'm gonna be like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry to hear that. And then I'll be here. Hopefully I'm here, and like I can be like, oh, hopefully watching my stream cheers you up, right? Very, very bluntly said, streamers don't care. And we can't care. Because if we do, you guys could manipulate us. Like, if we actually cared about like you guys as much as like some people think we do, you guys would very easily be able to manipulate a streamer, and like that we can't have that. Like, if a regular streamer was like, a regular viewer was like, oh my god, my cat died, we're going to be sad with you too. We're going to be like, oh no, I'm just so fucking sorry, you know. But we're not going to cry with you, you know, because like that would be so exhausting. Imagine we were like so like empathetic towards every single viewer. That would be exhausting. That would be absolutely exhausting. What if I want to make friends as a viewer or as a streamer? As a streamer, I said this earlier as well, like obviously it's not impossible to become friends with like a viewer. It's literally happened with like, for example, me and Eagle, I would say. If you are comfortable with that viewer yourself, then it's completely up to you and it's completely fine. Just be aware that if you give them special treatment on stream, you are going to give off the impression that your other viewers are, you're going to give off the impressions to your other viewers that they can befriend you too. And if that's what you want, then that's completely fine. Because like, you know, I am saying like, oh, parasocial bad, toxic. If you became a streamer to meet people and become friends with people, that is completely fine. That's a-okay. That's a-okay. Just be aware that it's really not as nice as you think it is. That's all I'm gonna say about it, but I think you should learn for yourself. But just also, like, I recommend that you hang out with viewers you want to befriend off stream. This way you can be yourself without the pressure of being watched or without the pressure of being entertaining on stream, and other viewers don't get their hopes up. Because like, as much as I know that people can be like, oh, I want so many friends, you need to consider quality over quantity. Okay, like having a lot of friends does not necessarily have to be a good thing. And there are going to be viewers in your seat, because maybe it hasn't happened to you yet, but there are going to be weird people joining your streaming community, and for not such like genuine, wholesome reasons either. You are not going to want everybody as your friend. In fact, you shouldn't want to have everybody as your friend. So just be very aware of that. If you want to make friends, that's okay. That's fine. Just really consider if you want to like show that off on stream. Because once you've dug that hole for yourself, it's going to suck getting back out of it. Just realize that you might unintentionally be leading people on by openly giving a viewer special treatment and openly showing that viewers can become friends with you. If you don't give this attention to like, or if you don't have this intention towards your other viewers, you're going to be leading people on unintentionally. Just be aware of that. As a viewer, you shouldn't watch a stream or join a community with the goal of befriending the streamer. Like, if you're a viewer and like you shouldn't join a community or watch a stream because you want to befriend the streamer. Oh, this is hard because like now the cable's under it. Just give me a second. Join a stream because you like watching the content and because you want to meet like-minded people. Because the thing is, you can make new friends in these communities, but that's usually with like the other community members, like the other viewers, not with the streamer themselves. I don't like just see it as like, I don't know, like a comedy show or something, right? Like, you go to the comedy show because you like comedy, or because you like the jokes that the comedian is saying. But like after the show, you don't go up to the comedian and you're like, hey, do you want to be friends? Okay. Just normalize asking. Like, this all can be avoided. This all, like, this whole thing can be avoided by knowing your definition of friend correctly. And also by asking, because sometimes it is unclear. Sometimes it genuinely is unclear. Sometimes the streamer does give mixed signals, or they genuinely, or they have trouble setting boundaries. In that case, just ask for clarification, okay? Never just assume that you are somebody's friend or expect to be treated like one, or like any other relationship kind of thing. Never assume that the feeling is mutual. I know that sounds really anxiety inducing, but never assume things like the feeling is mutual and then expect to be treated accordingly. I think that's a better way of putting it. Like, never expect to for things to be mutual and to be treated accordingly. If you are unsure of where you stand with your streamer, because I can imagine that now some of you are probably like, wait, like, what is my relationship with my streamer now then? Or I would hope that some of you now realize that, oh, but yeah, Andy's not my friend. Or, oh, wait, yeah, Caillou's not my friend. Or, oh, wait, yeah, my favorite streamer is not my friend. I would hope that most of you realize that now, because you're not special. But yeah, just sometimes it is unclear when it's that. I mean, that's the case. Genuinely just ask for clarification. The worst thing that can happen is, I guess, that you get blocked or banned, but usually there's nothing wrong with asking. Like, genuinely, like I said, it's not very nice to go into a streamer's, like, what is the word, like DMs after stream, but harmless stuff like asking for clarification, like, hey Andy, I'm very confused on where we stand as like friends or viewers, could you like clarify it for me? I can guarantee you most good people, I would say, would totally like be like, oh yeah, I just see you as like, I see you as a viewer, oh, or I see you as a friend, or I see you as a viewer, but I'm willing to become your friend. But yeah, also do realize that not everybody owes you an explanation. So if you ask for clarification and somebody's like, oh yeah, I just see you as a viewer, and you end up becoming mad, and you end up becoming mad and be like, how, what, I thought we were friends. Why do you only see me as a viewer? What? Explain. The streamer does not owe you an explanation. Vice versa also, but like, just don't get angry if you don't get the answer that you like don't like. Or if you don't get angry if you don't get the answer you want. And don't get angry if you don't get an explanation, because we owe you nothing. Okay? We owe you nothing. I feel like it's like, I know that it's scary. I know that it's scary to straight up DM somebody that you like and asking, hey, I don't know what we are, but just normalize asking. Really. It's like, it's not as scary as you think it is, and it's going to make you feel a lot better after you know where you stand with that person. And it's better than just assuming things and then being wrong in the end, because maybe you think like, oh, they only see me as a viewer, and then if you just asked, maybe you had learned that they do see you as a friend as well. And it's like, you know, like, even though I like to shit on viewers for being parasocial and being kind of blind and stupid and chronically online sometimes, streamers aren't perfect either. And sometimes things aren't clear. And it's completely fine to ask for clarification. It's completely okay. Just don't expect like an in-depth explanation of their values on friendship and whatnot. It's easier said than done, but so many things can be avoided and like just fixed by communicating to the other person. But some of you don't realize that. That's so annoying. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't tell the truth when questioned about their relationship to not upset the person asking. Then that is the fault of that other person for not being truthful. And that sucks. That really sucks. I would like to say that... I'm not going to deny that though, so you have a really good point there. There are a lot of people that just are too scared of saying the truth. But then the fault is completely on them. Like, and I understand that sometimes it can be scary to not sugarcoat things or to say the truth because you're too scared of the other person's opinion. But you need to have self-respect here. Like, you can't be a doormat and a people pleaser your entire life. And this is coming from a people pleaser herself, okay? Your girl used to be the biggest people pleaser ever. And I still am sometimes. I still am. But you can't tailor your personality, your own values and what you want to what other people want all the time. You are your own person and you deserve your own thoughts, your own feelings, your own wants. And you do not have to tailor it to be likable. Okay, say you've noticed that, hey, you are being a little bit too parasocial. It's completely okay to just be like, to like make an announcement in your Discord, to just write it out and be like, hey guys, I just want to quickly let everybody know that I am not really comfortable with the way that things have been going between like me and some viewers. You can genuinely tell your feelings on it. Or you don't. It depends on what you're comfortable with, because you don't really owe like anyone like a detailed explanation of anything, because you are just allowed to be like, hey guys, I'm not comfortable with the way that we've been interacting, and I just want to set this boundary that I am a streamer and not your friend, and if you can't handle that, you leave. It's hard to do some things without quote unquote being rude, because you are never being rude, like setting your boundaries. I think the only way you can be rude setting your boundaries is like be like, fuck you, like gaslighting them. You can't really do that when you can't really blame somebody for crossing your boundaries when you've never set them. I know that you don't want to scare people away from your stream or your community, but I want you to consider that these are the people that you don't want in your community in the first place. Because trust me, I know it may seem like the numbers are small right now, and you wanna save everybody that's in your community. You want everybody to stay, whether that is because you care about the numbers or whether that is because you care about the person. That doesn't matter. There are going to be more people in the future, and sometimes some people just aren't right for us. That's a really deep fucking quote. There was this one person that would message me, like DM me after stream, like almost every single day, and like at that point, I also didn't really set that boundary at that time, because like I was new to streaming and I felt bad. I didn't want to make them feel bad, you know. Also because they also gifted me a bunch of stuff. They gifted me a lot of money, so I felt bad. And just also, so you guys are clear, viewers gifting you stuff does not mean that you owe them anything. Like, a streamer does not owe you anything if you gift them a lot of things. But like in my case, at the time, that person gave me a bunch of money. Like they frequently gifted me stuff, and they were in my DMs quite a lot. And I kind of, you know, I always felt obligated to reply to them because they gifted me stuff. You know, like I didn't want to seem ungrateful. But at one point, you know, because I'm busy and, you know, I have other stuff to do. And at one point they realized that I wasn't replying as much as I used to. And they kind of made a big deal out of it. They were like, Andy, why are you not replying to me? I think this is, you're kind of hurting my feelings here. Like, I'm trying to reach out to you and you're ignoring me. Like, why are you ignoring me? Why are you ghosting me? And it's like, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. It took me like, well, to be fair, at that time, I kind of stopped being a people pleaser, but like, it took me like, I think like 2 days to type up a message and be like, hey, I just want to let you know that I really, like, I don't want to, like, I don't remember what I said exactly, because I was really nice in it as well. I should have, like, been a little bit less nice, but, like, I just ended up being, hey, I just want to let you know that I'm not comfortable with the way that you're texting me or messaging me all the time. I feel like you think that we have a relationship that is not there, and I really do appreciate your gifts, and I'm not trying to seem ungrateful here, but like I kind of want you to stop messaging me, and like I still like you, I still enjoy your company like on stream and stuff, and I don't hate you, but I don't want to have to deal with this anymore. And lo and behold, like despite trying to be nice, they just left. they just up and left. Never gave me anything again, never showed up in my stream again. And I think that's for the best, because honestly, sometimes some people, I don't want to just assume that he was trying to use me and trying to gaslight me into like a friendship by buying me stuff. But like, there are some people that do that, you know? And sometimes, even though it sucks being like, oh man, this guy left, he gave me so many gifts, now I don't get his gifts anymore, you know, even though that might suck. And even though like he was also kind of funny sometimes, like even though he won't be in my stream anymore, it is for the best, because like I shouldn't have to, like, what is the word, cater to this viewer's like expectations, because we're not friends. We're not friends. No matter if he's like sent me a bunch of things or gifted me a bunch of things, we're not friends, and he shouldn't expect that treatment from me. If you know who the parasocial people are in your community, you can do two things. You can either completely kick them. You can either like completely just block, ban, and they're gone. Or you can give them a heads up of what's happening, and then block, ban, and boot them. Or there's three, I guess. Or you can let them know what's up and then give them another chance. What you do is completely up to you, whether that is to kick people without giving a heads up, whether you want to give them a heads up, or whether you want to give them another chance. That's all up to you, and I'm not going to judge you for whichever one you choose. Personally, so far, I've just let people know whenever they like cross that boundary with me, or whenever I feel like somebody's being too parasocial, I tell them honestly what's going on, and I let them reply to me. Because some people have genuine like reasons, you know. Some people are genuinely new to joining communities or streams. Some people genuinely aren't aware, and it's completely up to you whether you want to believe that or not, whether you want to give them another chance or not. But I personally like letting people know, hey, this is not okay, stop it. Because I'm personally of the opinion that if you just block and ban a person, like I said, I'm not going to judge you if you do just decide to block and ban and kick somebody, but I'm personally of the opinion that if you do that to somebody and they do have a valid reason for like not knowing about it and whatnot, they're not going to know what they did wrong. They're not going to know what they did wrong, and they're probably going to do this again with the next streamer. And I would rather like educate this person, like I would rather educate the viewer on what they did wrong and avoid this happening to another streamer. Or being a people pleaser as a streamer is like one of the biggest weaknesses you might have, to be fair. I'm gonna like expose all of my fellow streamers here, but most streamers are people pleasers, or they used to be people pleasers. I feel like even though being a people pleaser is mostly a bad thing, it does come with the advantage that most people pleasers are really good at reading people, and they're also very empathetic most of the time, and it gives them the skills to know what to say that like to kind of, I wouldn't say enchant people, but like just ask like literally any like people pleaser, and they're really good at saying what you want to hear, because I know I am. I mean, if I wasn't, why would you guys like be watching me, if that makes sense? Because like being an entertainer is all about, you know, being funny, like making people watch you, basically it's about making people like catching their attention and then keeping that attention and keeping them entertained. People pleasers are really good at that because we know what people want and we know what people like, and we're able to read people very quickly. Thank you for the head pat, whoever gave it to me. Yeah, like even though it's like being a people pleaser is mostly also like not a very good thing, it can also come with its advantages, I think. Now we're going to get into networking as a VTuber. For all the VTubers that might be in here, you're welcome to pay closer attention now. why making friends as a VTuber is so hard, because on Twitter I see so many VTubers complain. I wish I had, because I literally saw another like post on it, but I forgot to screenshot it. I forgot to save it, which is very unfortunate. But if you're on Twitter and you're on on the VTuber Twitter community a lot, you see that a lot of VTubers are very like confused on how to make friends in the VTubing industry. They're like a lot of complaining about, oh, I can't make any VTuber friends. Everybody cares only about the numbers. Nobody's genuine anymore. Everybody's so closed off. I can't join any friend groups. I think, again, we have our definitions of friends mixed up. And it's not even just like the viewers, because this whole slide now next is only for VTubers, because I don't know why. I do know why actually. But like, for some reason, the whole VTuber community is so confused on what a friendship is. Like, I've already explained it before, like at the start of the stream, what the definition of a friendship is. It's an equal relationship between two people where you trust, you can be yourself. And for some reason, even VTubers don't understand that. Next to like not having the definition of a friend right, some people are forgetting that the VTubing space isn't just like a community. It's also a very saturated entertainment industry. And for the people that are not aware, the entertainment industry is a very competitive market. It's very competitive. And because of that, obviously not every single VTuber is going to be, the community is not going to be happy rainbows all the time. I mean, come on, you guys. Have you guys seen how much toxicity and drama there is in the community? How are we even surprised that people are closed off now? Like, come on, guys. So your definition of friends is wrong. And you expect people that barely know you to hold up these false expectations. This is my biggest ick ever. This is like, why? If you don't know, if you're not a VTuber yourself, or you're not on Twitter or whatever, in the VTuber community, there's so many posts that are like VTuber support chain, looking for VTuber friends to raid and be friends with, drop your PNG, or I'm looking for some VTuber friends, and it's in a picture of their VTuber model with like holding up a sign, or like, yeah. This is engagement bait, okay? This is engagement bait. And even because like I will preface this by saying that maybe these people, maybe these people genuinely don't realize it, because this has been a trend in the VTuber community for so long. And I wouldn't be surprised if people that aren't aware of how disgenuine or ungenuine this is, that they just copy paste it because they've seen other people do it, and it works. That's the worst part about it. It works, because like it's I can guarantee you that the people that post this, these VTubers never reach out or are like genuinely looking for friendships when you interact with these, because these posts always have a lot. Because I literally like I made one of these posts myself. I made fun of these posts. I think I can pull it up somewhere. Hold on. I made this post. Interact with this post so you get follow friend baited, and I get more engagement on my post. And like, in the first sentence, I'm making fun of it, and I'm literally saying interact with this post so you get follow baited, and I get more engagement on my post. First 100 comments I'll definitely become genuine friends with and won't ghost after the initial hi. And then I post like this picture of Endear's followed you, because that was like going viral at the time. And you see how this blew up. Do you see how this blew up? And do you seriously think that, like, even if I wasn't joking, do you seriously think that anyone would message 199, 100 and, like, I don't know, roughly like 900, like about 1,000? Do you think I actually reached out to these thousands of people that interacted on my post and followed me? Do you actually think that I did? Do you actually think that the people posting these posts did? Absolutely not. And like over here, like, wait, guys, I had to literally say it. I had to say it. Thank you for the follow, Umar Xavier. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I had to say it out loud. Wait, guys, I didn't expect this to blow up. For those that don't realize, I'm throwing shade on these types of posts and not actually looking for friends. But I did say that I was actually snooping on people. So many people that actually genuinely like tried to like take advantage of this. But yeah, you can see how like popular these posts are. It's because like these posts are like whether the people behind these posts realize it or not, these people are exploiting the word friend here. Because what you're gonna get is a follow for follow. Like, you're gonna interact with their post, the most you're gonna do is probably follow you, and that's it. Maybe reply to your comment, but that's it. And then people are like, you know, obviously people are gonna be like, huh, wait, this is not what it is. This is not friendship. Obviously it's not. It's like, I don't know why the VTuber community has just like decided to throw the word friend around so easily. Like, I just saw it just now as well on my Twitter again. Like, there's another post where it's like, I'm looking for VTuber friends to raid and interact with, and like, that's a mutual. The word you're looking for is a mutual, because I don't doubt that they maybe do actually follow that person and like go to rate them. Maybe I don't doubt that, because they could totally do that. But that is a mutual. That is not a friend. A friend is an equal exchange between two people where you both trust and care for each other. Most VTubers that put out these posts don't actually fucking care about you. They care about their engagement. They care about getting follows for follows and getting likes on their posts. They're not looking for friends. Like, if we just ignore these really annoying, infuriating engagement bait posts that take advantage of people that actually want to make friends, some of the VTubers on here, like, some of you don't realize that some of you might be chronically ill-9, but other people do have jobs or school or an actual social life to maintain.
This bitch.
And I think a lot of VTubers that don't have a life, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna be blunt here. I think a lot of VTubers that don't have a life, or that don't have other things to do during the day, or they don't have a social life IRL, they are online all the time. And then they expect other VTubers to also return all of that time. And spoiler alert, most people have a job next to VTubing, or have college next to VTubing, or have actual IRL friendships to maintain next to VTubing, and they cannot reply to you 24/7. And a lot of VTubers think that like friendship is just like constantly messaging 24/7 back and forth and planning collabs very often, and like whenever like, people have lives outside of VTubing, and some VTubers don't understand that. If somebody doesn't reply to you like immediately, or if somebody doesn't really give you the same energy, then just leave and find another person. Like, it's really that simple. Like, I'm getting such a headache talking about this, because some people have such like, they're unintentionally like such narcissists. Like, they're all about me. Parasocial viewers have this too. They're all about, but I care about you, and but I like you, and but I put so much time into chatting with you. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way street. If someone doesn't return your energy, you fucking cut them off. You stop bothering them, and you stop bothering yourself with it. You can find somebody else to find your people. I think that most of the VTubers that are complaining about not having friends don't realize that people have different goals in VTubing. Like I said earlier, the VTubing space is not just like a community. It's also some people's career. Some people dream of making money through VTubing. So usually there's two like kind of categories you can fit in. It's never this black and white, like I say it here. Obviously it's not as black and white as this, but VTubers genuinely lean more towards one side. It's not as black and white. Some people are like in the middle, but if you ask, you can like, again, just ask. But you have career-driven VTubers, which are VTubers that know that they want to make streaming their career and are actively working on this. These VTubers have limited time available, and they don't like to waste time and effort on things that are not like working towards their goal, or just not really in line. Like they want to have the most, because maybe they have a job, or maybe they're just on that content grind, and you know, that's okay. Next you have they know what they want and are actively working towards it, which is hence why they don't have a lot of time. They're also careful of being used because, as I've said before, the entertainment industry is very competitive, and that applies to VTubing as well, because it is the entertainment industry again. And I don't know why people are so surprised about this nowadays, because you guys have seen, everybody knows how fucking toxic the VTuber community is. Of course people are going to be like more closed off. Of course they're going to be more closed off. So most streamers, and it includes me in this regard, I don't make friends easily. It takes continuous effort to become a friend. And I think, again, the people that are complaining about not being able to make friends are the people that make friends really easily, or consider people friends very easily, and forget to like think like, hey, this doesn't apply to everybody, if that makes sense. Career-driven VTubers also see other VTubers as colleagues until proven different. Like I said, other VTubers see other VTubers as friends like very easily. These VTubers that are career-driven usually see other VTubers as colleagues until like a certain amount of time has passed where they can tell like, okay, this person is actually worth my time. This person is actually genuinely trying to become my friend and not trying to use me. And career-driven VTubers cares about, like, they usually care about numbers, even though we like to say, oh no, we don't care about the numbers, we don't. Career-driven VTubers do. And like even like VTubers that aren't like career-driven, numbers do matter, unfortunately. And it doesn't have to matter to everybody, because there's also people that like don't care about the numbers, but especially these VTubers, they actually care about numbers. And if you can't handle that, then just don't become friends with a career-driven VTuber. It's that fucking simple, okay?
And
for funsies, like VTubers that are VTubers for funsies, they're just, these VTubers are either new, they're just streaming for fun, or they want to make friends. These are also usually the streamers where, you know, parasocial, like these are like, if you, like as a streamer, you want to make friends, this is where like, if you want to like become friends with the streamer, these are the kind of streamers you have to look for. The streamers that stream for funsies, that want to make friends, or that are just streaming for, these are the streamers you need to look for. And even then, please don't assume it again. Please don't just go over this whole thing again. Just ask again. But yeah, these streamers, they have lots of time to meet and get to know new people. They don't really have a clear goal. They're just winging it, just doing what's fun, doing what they want to do. They're very open to others because of this. They see other VTubers as potential friends, and they don't care or care less about the numbers. Like literally, the reason that some VTubers are like having difficulty making friends is because they're looking for friends in this group. Obviously, it's not as black and white. Maybe you're in the middle, but you generally like lean more towards like one side. For me, I lean towards the career-driven side. I do actually want to make a career out of this, and I am very picky with my friends. And that doesn't mean that it's impossible to become friends with me. It just means that you're going to... I don't have a lot of time. I'm a college student. I don't have a lot of time. I also have a social life to maintain, even though it's not like a lot of people. I do have to maintain that. I need to be careful of being used, because I have been used before. So I'm not just going to be open to everybody. And unfortunately, I do care about numbers. And if you can't handle that, then we are not just not compatible as friends. Just look for friends here. Just don't look for friends in streamers. Well, I mean, I'm talking here about like other streamers, if that makes sense. And like, I'm talking about other VTubers here. I do feel like, at least in my case, it's easier to become friends with me if you're a VTuber as well. If you have trouble, like, just maintaining a friendship with someone, and most of the time, it's because that streamer is in this category. They're very career-driven. And if you want to make friends, find streamers that are in it for funsies. Find streamers that are in it for funsies. And unfortunately, nobody ever like really labels themselves as like, oh yeah, I'm a career-driven streamer, or yeah, I'm a funsies streamer. you're just going to have to like find that out by like just talking to them, or just maybe asking questions in their stream or whatnot. But yeah, I also hate the whole collab thing. If you just collab and never hang out, I got some bad news for you. That's also literally what I said earlier as well. Like if the only thing you do is collab with a person, you're not friends. If you're a VTuber and you collab with another VTuber a lot of the times and you think that that's enough to mean that you guys are friends, that's not. You guys are not friends. Like you said, people are narcissistic. Yeah, it sounds bad. It sounds bad, but like my mindset behind like this is like I said, I don't have a lot of time. My time is limited and I value my time a lot. And I like to have friends that like it sounds like I don't want to say that I want to have friends that are of use to me, but I want to have friends that inspire me to work hard. Like friends that have the similar goals to me. Friends that inspire me, friends that motivate me to work harder, friends that maybe that share the same dream and we can work together. Like quality over quantity friends in my case, which makes it really hard to become friends with me. Really hard. And that's okay. Because there is a person out there that will probably be friends with you way easier than I will. So just stop trying to become friends with me and find another person. I don't know why it's like also just so hard to just leave people alone in this day and age. Like I feel like so many VTubers are like they get so hung up when one VTuber is like not giving them the energy that they want. If somebody is not like, what is the word? If somebody is not giving you the energy that you want, just leave them alone. It's like if you don't like it, don't watch it. If you don't like a person, don't hang around with that person. Just leave. Remove yourself from the situation. Remove yourself from the environment and look for something better. Don't waste both of your and their time. Because like networking, I'm only talking about VTuber or like streamers here. Networking is very important. Networking is part of becoming a VTuber, and you need to network if you want to grow. You just need to realize it's okay. It's okay to want friends, but you're not going to have a lot of happiness and success finding it in the VTuber industry or like in this like community. And I think just some people just like, you can grow into friends, absolutely, you can, but just like don't. If you want to make friends, don't become a VTuber. You can make you can make friends through it, but yeah, don't just like. Yeah, I mean, I do think that there are VTubers out there that are genuinely looking for friends, but they're like these VTubers. They're these VTubers. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that most VTubers are this. Like the vast majority of VTubers are this, because first of all, like investing into a model and just streaming is expensive. VTubing is expensive. Like the model is expensive, emotes are expensive, new outfits are expensive. So most people that have spent money, unless they're really rich or they have money from mommy and daddy, are this. So you shouldn't be surprised that there's not a lot of not a lot of VTubers that are like this. You really need to go out of your way and find these. And again, it's okay to try and befriend people as a VTuber to VTuber. But if it doesn't work out, then you just leave. Just leave. Just leave instead of going to Twitter and writing a tweet longer about it. Just leave. The reason I grew so fast as a streamer when I first started, as a VTuber when I first started, is because I networked a lot. And it made me grow a lot. But it was very, very exhausting. Like, keeping up these connections with other people, planning collabs all the time. It was a lot. It was a lot, and it burns you out very quickly because some people, again, don't know the difference between networking. Like, they don't know the difference between just a mutual and a friend. Like, some people I would collab with would think like, oh, we've collabed twice, so now we're friends. That is not how that works. That is not how that works. And I would have to set my boundary again and again and again and again. And it made me stop. Like, I've just completely stopped networking now. I will probably pick it up again. Like, I don't know, in the future when I'm not burnt out. But yeah, not right now. I'm very happy with the few friends that or like the few VTuber mutuals and friends that I have right now. And Yeah. There are a bunch of people who just who do just collab with random bigger VTubers for Go solely though. Yeah, there are, which is like the whole reason why so many people are so closed off, right? Like careful, like they know careful of being used and sees other VTubers as colleagues until proven different. Because like again, this is an entertainment industry. It's competitive and people use each other. Just like in any other like work field, everybody like uses everybody. And like maybe not everybody, but like a lot of people use other people, which is why in return some people who don't want to deal with that become very closed off. So you can't just expect people to just open up to you within the first few weeks of talking. And I think that most VTubers don't realize that. They think that they can become friends with people very quickly, or they are just like, they start crying. They start crying when they realize, wait, I actually have to work for someone's trust? That's crazy. I have to put in continuous effort and show that I am genuinely interested in them as a person because they're scared of being used. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, and I like oh my god, have some fucking self-awareness, bro. Do some market research. Just put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Please. Please. It's not all about you. Please. And like, especially for new VTubers, it's harder because, you know, if you've been in this industry or if you've been in the community for a while, it's like joining like you're joining an existing community already. Like, it's like joining a class like 3 months later. There are already going to be groups. There are already going to be people like together, and things have happened in this community that's made people like close off. So you're going to have to work and you're going to have to find new people. Like the easiest way to make quote unquote friends or like mutuals or people that you can grow into friends with as a new VTuber is by finding other new VTubers. Because I also feel like I don't want to like make it sound like there's like a system here, but like if a small streamer like approached, like I don't want to say that I care about numbers, but I do, but like I'm going to be more skeptical of a smaller streamer approaching me than like you know, somebody that's like my size. And I know that it sucks to hear, and it's like, oh my god, you shouldn't base off of numbers, but honestly, there's so many people that use you for clout. There's so many VTubers that would just want to use you for clout or for your platform or for your existing community. So it's very normal to be very skeptical of it. I wouldn't completely write somebody off as like, oh, okay, you only have like 1 follower, I'm not going to interact with you. Absolutely not. I'm not going to write them off, but I am going to be a little bit skeptical. And I am going to be a bit more careful. If you're a new VTuber, the easiest way to meet other VTubers that can potentially be your friend is to literally just interact with other new VTubers. It's going to be harder for you to join an existing friend group because it's in general harder to join an existing friend group. That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. And like crying about it is not going to help. Find people that are like-minded. Stop wasting your time with people that are not like-minded or that do not give you the same energy back, and then start crying about it. Find people that are like-minded. Stop wasting your time. God fucking damn it. I hate people sometimes. Like, new VTubers are like, oh my god, I can't, like, obviously, like, I feel like it's kind of obvious when a like somewhat established VTuber does not want to be friends with a new VTuber. That makes sense. That makes sense. Like, even if you have the most genuine intentions, it can look like you were genuinely after their fucking community and their hard work, because it happens so often in this industry. It happens so often. So you cannot be like, oh my god, guys, I can't believe that this big VTuber or like this well-established VTuber does not want to be friends with me. That's crazy. How do you get canceled as a VTuber? You do something very stupid, and then another VTuber sees it, and because they're like either they actually care about like the well-being of the community, or they're just hungry for drama and they clip it, or they make like a twit longer about you, and they're like, oh my god, guys, Dearest is such a problematic VTuber, and then twit longer, insert twit longer or Google document here, and then it's like, and everybody hates you for like 2 months, and after those 2 months are up, you can just come back and it's fine. Unless it's something really bad. Unless it's something really bad and that you make it onto VTuber news. And then everybody's going to remember you. But other than that, the people literally are just like just give it 2 months and people forget about you and it's completely fine. Like just lay low for 2 months and it's completely fine. I'm not even joking. I'm not even fucking joking. That's how stupid this community is. Like they make a big deal out of something and then they start hating on it for like about a month. Not even like a month. Like for about a month. But they give it like 2 and everybody's forgotten. Everybody's fucking forgotten. Or like the vast majority of people have forgotten, I guess. Quickly going to go over the core points again before I leave you guys because I know that I trailed off so many times. But just remember that the actual definition of a friendship is the relationship that's built by hanging out one-on-one with the person you like, where you both put in continuous effort and you are both able to trust, to be yourself, trust in, and care for the other person. This is not in a stream. Watching a streamer is not a friendship or like a one-on-one hangout. And the streamer does not care about you, okay? Even if like they pretend to be, some streamers do, I guess, if they want to actually be friends, but usually streamers do not actually give a shit about you, okay? And even if you think, hey, but I have put so much time in and I love them so much and I care for them so much and I am so comfortable around them, we do not fucking care about you and we are not actual friends. We are just strictly streamer and viewer. When in doubt, just ask for clarification. Like the worst you can get is probably a block and then you already have your answer. But when in doubt, just ask for clarification. Don't expect or like an explanation. Like just an answer, just expect like an answer or just a block, I guess, but then you already have your answer. And for the streamers in here, please remember that the way you react to your streamers, the way you react to your viewers influences how they are going to react to you as well. And as much as, because some people are just very aware and they know what they can and can't do. There are going to be viewers in your stream that don't know how things work or they don't know your boundaries. You need to set these boundaries. You cannot blame someone for crossing your boundaries if you have not set these, okay? How you choose to deal with these people is up to you. You can genuinely just ban them and kick them out without any explanation, or you can explain them. If you want, I can make these slides public, and if somebody is being parasocial to you, you can link them my YouTube video or link them to these slides if that makes things easier for you. So let me see what else. Yes, please. Okay, I shall make these I'll make these slides public so that whenever somebody's being parasocial, you can either send them the slides or you can what is the word? Or you can